Okay, I'm going to take this block down because it's too long. Uh, it said 37, but they were lying. It's actually 36. So I got to take it down. I got to take 4 millimeters off. I'm going to take it down to 31 to 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 5 millimeters I'll take off. Which is easy with my machine here. I have this camera on here. I hope it doesn't wiggle when I run it. So basically I have my, I'm going to use this. This is like a surfacing tool. I like it. I use it for surfacing everything. They call it in a machine shop, it's called a face mill. Kind of like a face mill. Not exactly. Alright, so I'm not going to do the bottom of this. I'm going to do the top. I'm going to put it in my vise, which sometimes you have to get these, they're like step, I forget what they call them, but I was a machinist for years. But this one is actually, I'm lucky because I got enough room to work with. So I'm going to lay it in there flush. I don't know if you can see it. I'll bring it over here. I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to lay it in. I'm going to close the vise. Now sometimes these vices kick up. So if it kicks up, you can see it. I don't know if you can see it or not. So we want to make sure this is in there. A lot of times you take a rubber mallet and pound it down. Put it in there nice and tight. Okay, now I'm going to bring this over. Now I'm going to bring this over. And I'm going to touch it just on the top. So that's where I'm going to set my 0. So I can see over on the other end, which I'll show you when I take this off. I'm going to make sure this is tight. I'm going to bring this down so it just touches the top. Okay, that's going to be my 0 point. So on my DRO over here, which I don't want to move the camera at the moment, but over here I'm going to set my datum to 0 on my Z. And now I'll just go down -5, and then that'll take me right where I want to go. Now, when you're cutting, this is brass, so I'm not worried about it. If it was a steel block, the reason I know it's brass is because it's not magnetic. See, this is steel. But when I put this on top, it's not magnetic. So you know, it's brass. If it was steel block, it would be magnetic. This is not magnetic. So I'm just going to machine this down. I don't know the exact speed I'm going to run at because this is like a 1-inch or 1.5-inch tool. So I'm going to listen to it first. And I'm only going to take a little bit at a time. Ain't no rush. So I'll shut the video off. But I'll turn my machine on. I got right now I'm about 3,200 RPM. I'm going to bring my tool down. I set my 0, so I'm only going to take like a millimeter off. So I got down to 0. I'll even start with that 0.5 millimeter, just so I can hear it. So I'm going to go down 0.5 millimeter. If you were to look over here, it's negative. When it come in, just take it. Okay. Going back. I'll do another 0.5 millimeter, then I'm going to move the camera. Okay, so there's another 0.5 millimeter. You see how nice and smooth that is? That's flat, really flat. Bring it back. I'll do one more so you can see another 0.5 millimeter. When you're machining metal, you gotta listen to it. I'm gonna bring it back. Not in a big rush here. Take it down, 1.5 millimeter. Bring it back in. So I'm at 5 minutes already on this stuff. I'll move this real quick. Okay. But just so you can see it, I'll move it. But there's, I'm at negative 2.45 from my 0 point. And that's my quill. That's how I bring it down. So I'm going to shut the tape off and I'm going to finish this up. So I hit negative 2.45 and I want to be negative 5 when I'm done. Okay, catch you back in a minute.